Let's explore the truth behind the three dualities of meditation. Tonight's lesson is drawn from the Three Dualities section of Avalokiteshvara's The Heart of Wisdom Sutra. Let's chant together. Listen, Shariputra, phenomena marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither corrupted nor purified, neither increasing nor decreasing. Taken literally, this is garbage. Taken figuratively, it is rather useful. The South Indian Buddhist philosopher Nagarjuna did a splendid job of explaining the two truths. There's the conventional and the ultimate. Now, there are a bunch of dunderheads out there who would insist that the conventional is bad and the ultimate is good. And you must never perceive the conventional and only perceive the ultimate. And therefore walk blindly into traffic. And although that could be quite the humorous fodder for perhaps a movie or a comic skit show, that has nothing to do with the path of enlightenment. For, like the two wings of a bird, both the conventional and the ultimate are required if we are to master the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Every time we breathe in, whether we know it or not, we are effortlessly accessing the sympathetic nervous system, ensconced not within the brain, but in the spinal cord, in the region that correlates to the rib cage that the big kids call thoracic. It is wired not for the two extremes of mind blanking or concentration, but instead for the middle ground of merely noticing. And doing so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. What do we notice? We notice the conventional. We notice things as our senses tell us they are. We notice sights and sounds and sensations and flavors and scents and the like. We notice emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings. We notice the external, the internal, the physical, the mental, the pleasurable, the painful, the interesting, the boring, the glorious, and the grotesque. Every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we effortlessly and automatically access the parasympathetic nervous system. It too is ensconced within the spinal cord, this time in the lower lumbar region, correlating to the pelvis area, the lower abdomen area, as well as the tippy top of the cervical region, correlating to the top of the neck or the bottom of the head. This parasympathetic nervous system supports both our physical relaxation and our mental release. What has that to do with the ultimate? Every time we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation could begin to feel non-graspable, or at least less graspable. And so now let's skedaddle back to this evening's selection. During one inhalation, we might notice production. During the next exhalation, that exact same production could seem less graspable. During the next inhalation, we might notice destruction. And during the next exhalation, as we relax into that next exhalation, that very same distraction could seem less graspable. And so conventionally, clearly, we can see that production and destruction are quite different, but as we relax into our exhalation, they begin to smack of the same flavor, the flavor of non-graspability. Now, contrary to the sloppy use of the English language, there's not a sacred truth or an ultimate truth. There are just tools that help us to get better and better at letting go. You see, due to a quirk of evolution, we have two reward systems. One is dopamine oriented, it's for our primal survival skills, and it's pleasure oriented. The second is oxytocin oriented, and it's for fulfillment, and it's things like our relationships, professional, personal, recreational, and intimate. These two reward systems are in contrast to each other. Now, occasionally, in life or death situations, that dopamine-oriented cycle could save our lives. But if we make a lifestyle out of being a slave to the dopamine cycle and completely deaf to the oxytocin cycle, we'll wind up with a life full of conflict and heartbreak and dissatisfaction. Using our autonomic nervous system, the inhalation sympathetic nervous system, the exhalations parasympathetic nervous system, we're able to notice our impulses, dark and wild and destructive, but we're able to let go of them as well. They're still there, yapping like a little chihuahua, but they're not our boss. And so noticing and letting go are like a key we put into the door of our own presence so that we might turn it, open it, and free ourselves. One of the ways that our dopamine-oriented reward system tends to befuddle us is through the duality of liking and disliking, hating and loving, desiring and dreading, hoping and fearing. When we notice during our inhalation, relax during our exhalation, we begin to, after a while, begin to intuit that during our exhalation, these things which are so very different during our inhalation could seem to have the same flavor of non-graspability. And all that tells us is that it's safe to let go at times. A delicious fringe benefit of a healthy mindfulness and meditation practice is this. The blood that can pool in our amygdala, the seat of aggression and anxiety, can dissipate and instead coalesce at our anterior cingulate gyrus, an inch or two behind our forehead, the seat of empathy. This happens effortlessly. It has been said by those wiser than myself, there are plenty of them, that the highest love is spontaneous and uncontrived. When our choices, utterances, and deeds flow from the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity, then we drink deeply of freedom and fulfillment. I do look forward to chanting and meditating with you after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I spent more than 8 hours a day, every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each sect of Buddhism so that you would not have to. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. And look, over here, you can see that I forgot to turn off the kitchen light. It doesn't look pretty, does it? Anyway, if at any point you have, during the remainder of this evening's live stream, you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. I love answering good questions. So this fellow is known as, this is a depiction of the historical Buddha, who is known by many names, including Gautama, or Siddhartha, or Shakyamuni. Since the majority of this practice is flip-flopping between mantra meditation and then silent meditation, let's take a moment to review the meaning of the mantra. Together, let's chant. With whom we invoke the example of the Muni wise one. Maha greatly wise one, Muni, ye have the Shakya Soha, wishing enlightenment for all. The entirety of this practice, we're going to be bringing the spontaneous play of mind into the path of awareness and letting go. This is known by many names, including Dzogchen's Great Completion Stage, Sutra Mahamudra, Ati Yoga, and Trekcho, which translates as slice through. So we have just chanted the wish that all beings everywhere enjoy enlightenment. And that is our practice of love and letting go. So here's the deal. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this. And just as I mentioned during the lesson, this is simply a monosyllabic, the demonstrative pronoun we use for whatever we experience. Whether we are experiencing perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, or imaginings. We simply label it this. Whether that which we experience is external or internal or physical or mental or pleasurable or painful or interesting or boring or glorious or grotesque, we label it this. During our exhalation, we do our best to relax as we chant this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. 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 During our next 4 silent exercises, we're going to be ascending to contemplative equivalent of cruising altitude. As children, the first bicycle we received most likely came with training wheels, which, although ungainly, got the job done. Similarly, this evening, our first meditation exercise is going to be clunky. How will we practice sati pasati? Simple. As we inhale, we could silently and mentally recite, perceiving this very turbulent play of mind. And as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite, relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. 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 Let us remove the first of two metaphoric training wheels, reducing the length of our contemplative exercise from 12 syllables per breath down to just 3. As we inhale, we can silently and mentally recite sitting tall, reminding ourselves to generate a vertical traction between our tush and our head. During our exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite relaxing. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. 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 As we inhale, we could silently and mentally recite to notice this. Let's practice mindfulness. And as we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite relaxing, and thus practice meditation. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. 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 Welcome to this evening's live stream. During our mantra meditation, during the inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this. And this is whatever we're experiencing in the present moment. Whether it is a perception or an emotion or an intention or a thought or a memory or an imagination or an imagining. During our exhalation, we do our best to physically relax as best we can while we chant this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Sawa. 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 Now let us remove the second of two metaphoric training wheels, reducing the duration of our silent meditations from 3 syllables per breath down to just 1. During each inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and during each exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the 1-syllable verb ease, which functions as a synonym of relax. Now that we've reached contemplative cruising altitude, together as a team, let us meditate as transformatively as Rey on Ahch-To under the guidance of Luke Skywalker. By the way, if at any point during the remainder of this evening's live stream you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, or Buddhist meditation, or Buddhist philosophy, or their application, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. And now, for something completely different, let's transcend the duality of the 4 bases of mindfulness. Ooh, a question. What does Muni Muni Maha Muniye Soha? That's an excellent question. We discussed that in an earlier part of the live stream, so quick like a bunny. Let's see, this is page 17. So I'm going to hit Control G. Well, it's already there. How nice. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. So let's chant. With whom we invoke the example of the Muni was one Muni wise one. Maha greatly wise one Muni, yea, of the Shakya Soha, wishing enlightenment for all. So Shakyamuni is the one of the many synonyms for the Buddha, whether or not the Buddha was real or archetypical. Someone who was superstitious would tell you that by reciting the syllables of the mantra, you're invoking the blessings of the Buddha. One who is hopefully a trifle wiser would say that the real so-called magic of Buddhism comes from simply applying the Buddha's teachings. And just as our food processor might work better if the gears within are well lubricated, similarly, working with mantras can be like a lubricant. Personally, there are many wonderful ancient texts which speak only of meditation, not doing, and shun the idea of any recitation. However, with my disabilities, I find that too fatiguing, and so I choose a mantra practice that was gently invigorating for my body. Some people find it beneficial too, others don't. So as you practice with me tonight, notice the effect of this entire evening's practice upon your mind and your body. And if you don't really enjoy the effect, then you're welcome to find a different teacher. If you enjoy the effect, you're welcome to keep coming back to other live streams. Hit go to. Let's see here. Let's make sure that the display is aligned. Fabulous. To get, oops, one moment. To your very good health. So as we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this, and as we chant and let us physically relax as best we can as we strive to chant this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever circumstance we noticed during our previous inhalation, it feel as non-graspable as a Buddha's paradise of lore, comprised only of light. Cosmic Love, you are utterly welcome. I can't tell by your profile picture, but is this the same Cosmic Love who is a vocalist? Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa. 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever bodies we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined Buddha's body comprised only of light. One moment. This is an editing opportunity, if I do say so. Hey, Brock. Man of 1,000 faces, eh? Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever relationships we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined Buddhist speech, symbolized by a multi-syllable mantra comprised only of light. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesowa. 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 Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. For now, as we breathe in, let us silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this. This is whatever we happen to notice in the moment, interesting or boring, pleasurable or painful. As we let us physically relax as best we can while we attempt to chant this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesowa. 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 Huh. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, memories, or imaginings we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined Buddha's mind, symbolized by a 1-syllable mantra comprised of light. Let us transcend the vertical duality of samsara and nirvana. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Eswa. 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 All right. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever scalp we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined Vairochana, comprised only of Om's white light. A delightful fringe benefit of this is that we wind up training in bliss and letting go, which is truly a delight. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Eswa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Esawa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever lower abdomen we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable, as real or imagined omogosidi, comprised only of Oz green light. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Esawa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever throat we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable, as real or imagined Amitabha, comprised only of Freeze red light. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever notice, whatever notice, let's try this again. Whatever navel we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable, as real or imagined. Ratnasambhava. Comprised only of trance, gold light. Welcome to this evening's live stream. During our mantra meditation, during the inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, relaxing into the awareness of this. During our exhalation, we can strive to physically relax as best we can while chanting this 12-syllable mantra 4 times per breath. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever chest we noticed during our previous inhalation can feel as non-graspable as real or imagined akshobhya, comprised only of whom's blue light. Let us transcend the duality of the 5 poisons and the 5 wisdoms, and as such train in awareness and letting go. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa 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 Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever confusion we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Vajrayana's all-pervasive wisdom. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa 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 Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever jealousy we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Amagosiddhi's all-accomplishing wisdom. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Eswa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever greed we may have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Amitabha's discerning wisdom. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Eswa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever pride we may have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Ratnasambhavan's equalizing wisdom. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Yesuwa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever hate we may have noticed during our previous inhalation, you can feel as non-graspable as real or imagined akshobhya's mirror-like wisdom. Let's transcend experiences, compositional duality, and as such train in awareness and letting go. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Yesuwa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma 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 Muni Yesowa. 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 As we relax into our exhalation, whatever form we may have noticed during our previous inhalation can feel as non-graspable as real or imagined akshobhya, comprised only of blue light. Oops, no, never mind. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Yesuwa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma 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 Muni Yesuwa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever feeling of bliss or pain we may have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Ratnasambhava, comprised only of gold light. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Yesuwa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma 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 Muni Yesuwa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever appraisal of intensity we may have noticed during our previous inhalation can feel as non-graspable, as real or imagined Amitabha, comprised only of red light. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Yesuwa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma 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 Muni Yesuwa. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever survival impulse we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable, as real or imagined Amago City comprised only of green light. Om Muni Muni Mahu Muni Yesuwa. 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 Om Muni Muni Ma 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 Muni Yesuwa. Welcome to the final bit of this evening's live stream. Do not be shy. If you have any specific questions about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever awareness we may have noticed during our previous inhalation can feel as non-graspable as real or imagined Vairocana, comprised only of white light. Let us seal this practice with the love that wishes for the universal mastery of the Buddha's Eightfold Path, and as such train in love and letting go. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. May all master kind communication, conduct, and commerce. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. May all master the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. And lastly, may all master mindfulness and meditation. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesuwa. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 1/3 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the force be with you always.